Okay, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This next part, I'm just going to go over how to input a turn both for the agent and the hunters, and we might get into how to reveal as the traitor as well. This is the agent map. You can see down here on the left that we are on the agent tab. If you click on hunters, it takes you to the hunters tab. A couple little differences that we'll go over between those two. On the agent who takes the first turn, you can see that the map looks a lot like um, the sheet that comes with the game as far as the one that you're supposed to mark with the pencil. Um, and there's a little spot over here to see who's in the car, and the different objectives have the R on them, the Raxon symbol, so those are the objective goals. We start on M1, but we don't see a token there because we don't have anything selected in this column here. This is where you select which turns you want to have the map display. You can display one or more turns on any one of these maps. So there, the orangutan is up on M1. The interceptor is full of mean hunters, and the vehicle is down here at K24, where it's supposed to be. On my first turn, which I will turn that on as well so I can see to make sure I put it in the right spot, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say, and I would do move. That's going to complete my turn. So I send that over to the hunters. And I moved too quick, but it takes a while to load these. It's running through a lot of calculations, and it's not that fast. But it finally popped up there. And then if you go to the hunters page, they can then take their turn. You'll see that they don't really have a lot of visual stuff here, and there's no way to turn on different turns. And the reason we did it that way is because I didn't want to have the hunters have the ability to review the game. I think that would slow things down too much at certain tables, trying to see, back on turn 7, where was everybody and where were our last seen tokens and stuff like that. That seems like that's not the intent of the game. The hunters really should be playing on the table. They can come here to record everyone's final locations. The orangutan or the gun might move the car here and get out, but then the beast might move it here and get out, and the judge might move it back and get out. But you would record the car at its final location. Let's say that final location was here. And let's say the gun did get out like here. And you see it's not updating on the map, but we can see that it's putting in the right values here. And then the beast, one thing I'll point out is, the beast starting location is Y13, which is this right here. It's this first seat in the car. So that's why Y13, Z13, Z14, those aren't actual spaces on the board. They're the places in this Excel spreadsheet or this Google spreadsheet that we've used for the car. If the beast is going to stay in the car, a couple ways we can do that. I can try to find out where Y13 is and do that. Okay, that's fine. Another way to do it, if you're not going to move the judge, is just select his last location on that list, hit this button. It's basically just a fancy copy paste, okay? And then the tracker, let's say he got out here or something. And the rover got out right on top of him, let's say. I'm not really thinking too hard about smart moves or anything. I just want to get through and show you turn by turn kind of how this goes, and I won't take a lot of time on this. But so then back as the agent, I'll turn off turn 0, and I want turn 1 and 2 turned on because I'm going to take the next turn here. And now I can see there's 2 hunters in the car, the gun here, the tracker there. Where's the rover? Well, I can't see the rover. So this is another this is a limitation of the app, is that I don't see the rover because he's in the same location as the tracker, and my app here can't show more than one thing. They're stacked on top of each other, essentially. Again, this is where you need to have the game. You need to have the board in front of you, and if you spend all your time looking at this, you're definitely going to miss something. But it's not that it's something that's super relevant, because 1 hunter here or 2 hunters here, yes, it can make a difference, but as far as line of sight and that kind of thing goes, it won't make a difference, because if one can see you, the other can. Whereas, yes, the rover's a little different. But again, you just have to have the game in front of you to get it all exactly right. Okay, moving on, he's going to move up here, and so you click move. And now, who saw me? The tracker saw me. So I'm going to put a last seen token right here. And you saw how I did that. I selected the square, clicked on seen, and it put a last seen token in the right spot. And that'll show up as a LS, okay? And I have my mouse there, but I'm not clicking. I'm not doing anything there to put the LS there. All I'm doing is hitting seen, and it's automatically going where I had it selected, just like with the move token. All right, and then that's going to be it for the agent turn. Now, I don't know if the tracker could get this far, but let's just say the tracker came all the way down here. I think that's probably an illegal move, but at any rate, that's where the tracker went, let's say. And he sees the orangutan. And so under the damage column, I selected this down arrow and selected orangutan, and then there's going to be a little O that appears there, okay? That just means orangutan got hit. And then the rover also, let's say the rover came right on top and also got a hit. Now, if you get to a point, let's say the judge on her turn, okay, this is instructive. This can happen. If you accidentally forget and you have something selected other than the correct cell, it will copy and paste whatever was in that cell. It's fine. This can all be entered manually. If you prefer to just write H17 or something like that, there's really nothing wrong with that. H17, just typed in like that is fine. I think it's a little laborious to try to do that and a little bit more prone to errors as well. So if the judge was in Z14 in the car, and then we're going to drive the car down, but she's going to stay in the car and she's going to use her ability. So I'm going to keep her in the car, and she's using her ability of clairvoyance. And I'm recording this in a weird order, but that's just how that is done. So then a little C will appear there, and this just notates when certain things happen throughout the game. Okay. And then Beast, let's say Beast stayed in the car. I'm just keeping everybody in the same spots because I'm just trying to move through. And the vehicle came up to here. And the gun came over here. And didn't see him. And then back to the agent. Well, okay, so then at this point, who did we say the traitor was? That was the tracker, right? So at the end of this turn, the tracker decides, I'm going to reveal myself as the traitor. So he comes up here and hits reveal traitor, or the agent can do it. If the tracker revealed himself, you come up here and you reveal. And then you'll go through a quick little setup where you pick, you select which 2 cards you picked as your equipment cards. You put your health points in, and Hunter is tracker, and the traitor you can select. Obviously, you can't pick to be the puppet. You can't go from tracker to puppet. But if you're playing by rules version 1, you can go and be the spider when you reveal. If you have version 2, you would just stay the tracker, but you still have to come in here and select it. So you went from tracker to traitor tracker. Okay? And then hit submit. Now there's a note here. If the hunter is supposed to take his turn as a hunter before he reveals himself as the traitor. So that's what this is to check for. The current turn is turn 2, and you have taken turn 2. If there was a mismatch there, it would give you an alert here and a warning to say, hey, go back to the hunter's page, fill out turn 2 first, and then come back and finish filling out your thing here. Now, if for some reason you decided to reveal before you moved your hunter, that's okay, but you just have to come and fill out that your hunter didn't move. You need to fill in that spot. It needs to flow. So that's what that is there for. Click submit. And again, you click through any of these that pop up when you click buttons, okay? And now you can see we have a new tab down here. That's the Traitor tab. This one works just like the Agent tab, except we will not see where the other agent is. We will only see where our Traitor character is. Now I can't see anything because I have the wrong tab selected. But if I select this one, now we can see where the hunters are on turn 1. On turn 2, we can see that they came in closer over here. So I just want turn 2 selected. And now what I'm getting to do is, as the traitor, I get an extra turn.